What's gone wrong here? This is what happens when people act out their uncontrollable anger. These parents are going crazy because they were unhappy with the scoring at a baby beauty pageant. Now look at this group, rioting at what is supposed to be a peaceful demonstration. Well, the other day we're riding in the car, and my husband, Carl, some guy did something stupid in the car ahead of him. Husband leaned out the window and started screaming at the man. And I said, wait a minute. If that guy has rage, you and I could be dead.
Today on Sally.
In your face rage.
When is it going to change?
When are you going to change? I don't need to change.
Tearing families apart.
You're angry now.
It's time for me to leave. This is absolutely ridiculous.
Then he tells his pregnant girlfriend no more temper tantrums or else.
I was going to ask you to marry me. If it continues, I've got to go.
I'm afraid of your rage.
Today on Sally.
This is Sandy Livingston. Sandy is an expert in anger management. She's even written a book called Dealing with Anger. Now, let's, because of what we've just gone through, deal with Deborah first. What do you think can be done? She's in the same house, and we saw how her sister was acting.
What I saw in the relationship, in the dynamics of the relationship, is that I think your sister feels very powerless, that she maybe even sees you as more of a mother figure, that you're somehow dominating her. That's in her perception. And I don't know what all has gone on in her life, but part of her anger that I see is she feels a loss. Something is being taken away from her. And you're getting it because you're an important person in her life, whether she wants to admit it or not. You are true? You know, you are instrumental in her life.
What can she do?
Well, one of the things that you can do is back off.
I said move.
You're
Whatever
not
you have to do, move or have her move.
Yeah. You might have to distance yourself for a while until you can redefine
Can you do that?
The relationship.
She has nowhere to go.
Yes.
She's backed herself so far into a corner, she has nowhere to go.
But
you're not responsible.
You're not responsible for that. You can be ruining your life, and your children are being exposed to this kind of thing, and I don't know that that's... I think you have to put your own kids first sometimes, no matter how much you love your sister. What advice do you have for Scott and Susan? Now, Susan has admitted. See, we had Karen who wouldn't admit that there was anything wrong, and here's Susan saying, yes, there's something wrong, help me. Yeah. What can we do?
Well, my initial impression is a couple of things. One is that I get the sense that you really have a fear of abandonment, and you're pushing him away. Okay, and it's almost like validating that fear, and you'll make it happen. You'll push him so far, and then you can say, see, I knew he would leave me. And so for you, and I also see a lot of hope in the relationship in terms of you're admitting it, you're saying it's a problem, there seems to be a lot of caring there. The work that you need to do is you're getting help right now, which is great. Yeah. You need to look at what is underlying your anger. What is the fear about? So when you're feeling like you're going to explode, or you're just on that verge right there, what's happening is you're overreacting to, there is no fight. The fight is in your head. And in reality, there isn't a great battle that you're waging,
Sandy,
in the relationship.
If she wasn't pregnant, aren't there medicines now that stop people from these rages?
There are medications that can calm your system down, but really medication without the therapy is
so
not
it's
very
therapy
effective.
And medication.
Yeah.
And there's some brand new ones that pharmacological psychiatrists have been working with. So when one doesn't work, like it didn't work for you, it's a perfect example. You go back to the doctor and say, puts me to sleep, isn't working, and get a new one. And also we're going to give you her book and get some therapy. You know, we also have sitting over there Talia and Daniel. And what do you think about what you've seen for them?
Well, I think that this relationship is in serious trouble, and that the best thing for you is to leave, quite honestly, because...
we all pretty well agree with that.
Yes. you're not going to be, very often in an abusive relationship, sometimes the person who is being abused feels that somehow if the longer they stay, they can help, maybe they're responsible in some way. If you only answered in a different way or looked differently, or then all this could be, am I right? All
Yes,
that could be avoided. Okay, so that is not reality. You don't have the power to do that. It's not about you. You need help too, and the help you need is to build up your self-esteem so that you will be able to say, I am worthwhile and I can leave this relationship.
We'll be right back.